Hi, well, good morning, everyone. I'm Andrew Parkinson, editor-in-chief of Cruising World Magazine, and we're here at the Annapolis Boat Show on one of our featured nominees for Boat of the Year. This is the Dufour 41, and we're here in the salon of this beautiful boat, and I'm sitting here with Laurent Fabre, president of Dufour Americas, and Nicolas Bérenger, head of sales and product. Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us here on this boat. Thanks for letting us come aboard.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about the boat a little bit. Maybe we can start, you just provide a general overview of some of the things that make this boat really stand out.
The general overview of the boat, the plan, the philosophy of the boat was to get more volume, more space everywhere, because we think that people spend a lot of time outside of the boat and inside as well. So we want people to enjoy the life outside, spending time on the outside galley, spending time on the deck, lying on the bench in the cockpit, and also being able to live inside and enjoy the huge volume of this boat. So it's a new way in terms of shape for the boat, a new story for us, and a new start as well. Yeah.
And what inspired the design for this boat, and what vision do you have for the way this boat's going to be used by your customers?
There are lots of things which inspire us, like the offshore racing. In offshore racing, we saw big boats and big bow. So we were able to introduce that big bow, that big volume that we have in front of the boat. And at the same time, we see that racing boats, inshore racing boats are very narrow in front and narrow below the waterline. So we've made sure that the boat was sailing well as well. So we made a good compromise between comfort and performance, having fun and pleasure at the sea on the boat. So that the main influence is not only from the racing boat world, but a bit of. But also it's keeping in mind our customers, how they sail, what kind of time they spend on the boat, where they are anchoring or when they are sailing or when they are at the marina. So it's a mix of everything. And I think the result, you will tell us if the result is good or not, but I think the result is quite well.
In addition, we've been working also with a new designer, Tito, and he definitely put his own touch inside the boat. The daylight was very critical for him. So you have huge windows, a lot of daylight coming into that boat, which makes it really nice to sit in. And also he worked on the artificial light, the color of the artificial light. You see this type of panel and the light between here. And definitely that has created a different atmosphere in the boat.
Yeah, for us it's very important to get a good connection between the outside and the inside. So having so much light, as Laurent said, means that you really stay on the same level when you are inside or outside. You are protected from the sun when you are inside, but you still are like as if you were outside. When you look around you, you see your sail, you see your mast, you see the boat on the side. So that's a very good way to feel that you are outside, being inside. Yeah.
Let's talk a little about the construction materials and techniques that you guys employ to get that durability and performance aspect.
Yeah, that has evolved too.
Yeah.
For 2 years now, we are moving the way we build boats into vacuum infusion. That means we change the way to protect our boat builders from breathing resin and chemical components. So we move into that way, and also it gives the customers and the owners a better confidence in the way the boat will live and will be durable. That helps us to get a solid glass in the middle of the boat, and everything which is below the waterline is with solid glass. And when you go on the side of the boat, you have some sandwich with foam. Then it makes the boat lighter on the top and heavier and stronger and stiffer in the bottom of the boat. So that helps in terms of performance, that helps in terms of durability, and also in terms of eco-friendly. It's also a good way to do.
But we keep the essence of Dufour. We keep the DNA. We have still the bulkhead that are laminated to the hull.
Yeah.
The same building techniques, which makes the boat really stiff and fun to sail.
And Dufour is, around here, very well known for innovation. What sort of innovations and technological advancements were employed in making this boat?
Maybe we should talk about Oh, go ahead.
No, there is something that you don't see. It's hidden below the floorboard. We change the way we organize the wiring, the electric wiring, and the tubes for the water.
Yeah.
So we built 2 tunnels exactly in the middle of the boat, and all the tubes and all wiring comes in the middle and go and sprayed on both sides where you need to go to the faucets or to the showers. So it helps building the boat first, but it helps us also in terms of maintenance. For the private owner, it's much helpful to, if you want to add something or to check a connection, everything works much better. But there is also, I think, what you were going to say, speaking about the electric engines.
Yeah, definitely. This boat has been designed to evolve into the smart electric versions that we've been working on. Right now we have the 470 and the 530 already equipped, but this is coming also very soon. And then it's a radical change and a much nicer way to go and be environmental friendly. It means the propulsion itself will be completely electric. And the only thermic engine that you still maintain in the boat is a big generator, which is a safety so that you can generate enough current for the electric propulsion. But the idea is to use it less and less, and the trick will be the hydro regeneration. When you are under sail, 10 knots of wind, you go 7 knots. You start hydro regenerating, then you go 6.2 knots instead of 7. You lose 0.8 knots, but in 10 hours you refill the battery pack completely and naturally. And that is going to be a huge change in the industry.
Definitely, yeah. Now this is obviously, it's a good performing, well performing boat, but we're also talking about sailing with families and kids and stuff like that. So what considerations do you have for safety underway and especially offshore?
Yes.
The first thing we did is to increase the size of the freeboard. So the boat is a little bit higher, so it helps in terms of volume inside, but also it protects you a lot more against the waves and against the sea. So that's a first step. And you see when you walk everywhere on board, you will have lots of handrails, and everywhere you can, on the helm station, on the cockpit table, everywhere you can catch something to grab yourself.
We know it's still a boat, and we have to look after that. All the Dufour have a very flat deck, very flat side decks, and also very large ones, so we make it very safe. And we know also when people are operating the boat, we want to make it easy, so the booms on the Dufour are always lower, which gives you more performance, but also much easier to furl. So we just make sure that all of the operations can be easily handled. And you will see also we have improved a lot the circulation in the cockpit and around the cockpit to go onto the side deck. You don't have to walk on cushions, you don't have to do things, stretching. It's all natural, and we keep it simple. That is a critical issue. And then there are little things that help also, like I don't know if you noticed, but all of our swim ladders now have 2 handles that come out when you put the swim ladder in the water. That helps a lot the kids, the grandparents, to come in and out.
Sure. And we're in this beautiful salon. Can you share some information on the various layout options for the Dufour 41?
Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah, we have 2 options of layout, 2 main options. We have a 3 cabin and 3 head, and a 4 cabin and 3 head, and 2 heads, sorry. And also you can play with this head. You can use this as a full head, or just a shower, or storage, a wet storage, where you can put your wet clothing or your Genaker or anything. You put it inside. If you want to rinse anything, you have the water, and it will drain as well. So it's a real storage. But the difference on that side of the boat, the main difference is to have 2 cabins in front or 1 cabin. So you have a master cabin and a head. Or you can have a twin cabin with a real bed. I mean, when I say real bed, they are 150 centimeters bed with a real layer, real wall in between. That means there is a layer of wood, a real layer of wood, a layer of foam, and another layer of wood. That means you don't sleep with each other. You sleep in 2 separate cabins, and that makes a big difference. On that size of boat, I think it's very new.
Yeah. And that was a fantastic job that the design office has done with the architect. You will see every cabin is very comfortable. When you lock the door, you still have room inside to get changed. The headroom in particular is really nice. And a lot of the people who have been visiting the boat in Cannes and in La Rochelle, they were extremely surprised by the size of the heads and showers too.
Yeah.
You know, the main feeling people get is you step in the boat, you see the cockpit, and you say, "Wow, you know, the cockpit is so big."
Mm-hmm.
The interior of the boat is going to be a little bit smaller. You get in the boat, and they say, "Is that really a 41 foot?" Or I mean.
So now we all know that every owner is different. They have different needs when they're cruising and things that they have to have on board. What do you offer in terms of customizations, special options for this boat?
Well, first here, in terms of wood color, we give the choice of wood. We have a lighter wood, which is the one we're in today. We also have a darker color, which is a little bit more traditional, that was appealing a little bit more for the American market. But we've been very surprised by the reaction of the customers, and they like more and more lighter environment, which gives a better sensation of volume inside the boat. Now, in terms of comfort, we have many options also, you know, from heating to air conditioning, and also in terms of performance, there are many options for the rigging of the boat, whether you want to have a self-tacking jib or you want to go with a Code Zero, also whether you want to operate the lines traditionally on the coach roof or in the front. And I would say finally one of the innovative part of the boat which is coming here is we have a new partnership with Bérenger, and they offer a lot of options also to add to the sophistication of the electronics that you want on board. So you can keep it extremely simple. And what we like about Bérenger is it has been thought and developed for sailors. So it makes a lot of sense on a boat where you're looking for both comfort, user-friendliness, but also sometimes performance.
Now, let's shift a little bit to sustainability and eco-friendly sailing has become a hot-button subject here in the Americas and especially in Europe.
Yeah.
We're well aware of that, and we're well aware of some advancements that you guys are making to address that. So can you tell us a little bit about how you are addressing that?
We have a special team in the group. You know, we are part of the Fountaine Pajot group. And in our industry group, we have some people working only on that subject. So we are studying the kind of carbon emissions that we do when building the boat and when using the boat. So that's a big part of the job. And on the same side, we also are working on a special development, special concept boat on which we're going to do a test, and we'll speak more about that in the future. But today the boat is under construction. But the main story of the boat is building a boat from recyclable materials. That means everything which will be on the boat will have to be reused on the next one. We'll bring the boat in the water, sail the boat, and take back the boat, destroy the boat, use the materials, and then rebuild a new boat with that. So we are fully in that philosophy. And on that boat especially, we are introducing the electrical engine, hybrid engines. So that's the first step. And also when building the boat, we are making sure that all the materials that we use are not using just once, but as much as we can.
A good example of the environmental friendly approach here is the sail. Our offshore sails are what we call eco. They are using as much recycled material as we can, and we are really promoting that option on all of our boats, including the 41.
And we're pushing even further by increasing the size of the mast, increasing the sail area, and working with Elstrom on the materials, but also on the shape of the sails. So that means on the sail we have more volume, more sail area. We try to optimize the sailing capacity of the boat to push people not using the engine but using the sails.
Interesting. And last year we saw the Dufour 37.
Yes.
This year we've got the Dufour 41. I have to ask, is there anything you can share about the future of the line and your vision for where it stands in the marketplace moving forward?
Sure, it's not a secret. We just talked in Cannes about the new Dufour 44 that will be launched in Düsseldorf. So there will be a lot of similarities with this boat. We'll take it one step further. There will be a few really interesting new features in terms of layout. So you will see it's definitely the same DNA, just an evolution again, but some nice surprises.
Yeah, we learn from each boat, we learn from each model, and we improve the next one using the learning that we had. So that's a new step again.
Excellent. Well, guys, this is a beautiful boat. We're looking forward to trialing it next week for the Boat of the Year. And this is 2024 Boat of the Year featured nominee, Dufour 41. Laurent, Nicolas, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.